The business world is changing faster than at any other time in our history. The ability to lead others to meet the challenges of the 21st century has become critical to a successful career. But where do you find effective leadership training?
I'm Jason Leduc, and I founded Evil Genius Leadership Consultants to bring the most effective and practical leadership training to the young people who need it most and help grow the next generation of great leaders. The world's most successful individuals have all recognized the importance of leadership and applied it in their own endeavors. The team here at Evil Genius Leadership has built careers as successful officers in the U.S. military, leading highly skilled teams on missions of national security and international order. And we want to help bring that experience to you to help you become a great leader who leads your team to success.
So why call ourselves Evil Genius Leadership? Well, we know that everyone has a great idea or ambition inside them that they want to realize. And we're here to help people turn those ambitions into reality in a way that's exciting and enjoyable.
Climbing the corporate ladder, running your own business, or leading your team to victory all require a singular dedication to being the best you can be and getting maximum performance out of the people around you. Evil Genius Leadership offers products to help you sharpen the leadership skills required to get that maximum performance. We host multiple workshops and can tailor events to meet corporate level training, as well as offer individuals one-on-one coaching with professionals. Regardless of the challenge, Evil Genius Leadership can help you conquer it. Whether you're seeking world domination, trying to bring a new product to market, or want to be selected as the team lead for your company's next exciting project, the coaches at Evil Genius Leadership Consultants can develop you into a leader who gets maximum performance from their team.
So if you're ready to elevate yourself and others to that next level of greatness, contact us and we'll show you how we can help. Remember, the future is out there. Lead the way.
Hey, welcome to Geeks Are Sexy. I'm Michelle Davis, your host. Thank you so much for joining us live in Las Vegas at WCOBM.tv. Hey, if you want to strengthen your leadership skills, I got the Duke over here. That's Jason Leduc. He's from Evil Genius Leadership Consultants, and he's going to be going over all the secrets that he has to share for today when it comes to having an effective business meeting. Hi, Jason. Welcome to the show.
Great. Thanks to be here.
Absolutely. So before we go into Evil Genius Leadership, let's talk about you going into the military. Why did you choose to join the Air Force?
I always wanted to be a pilot. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a pilot and an astronaut. So when I went off to college, I joined Air Force ROTC and did 4 years in ROTC cadet and got commissioned in the Air Force. And I didn't end up getting to be a pilot, but I got to go do engineering. I studied engineering in college. I got to do some flight test engineering, work in a research lab on space projects, and do some.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really great. I got to do a lot of really cool things that were really on the
geeky stuff.
Yeah, a lot of cutting edge technology stuff. At least cutting edge technology back then, and now it's very commonplace today. But that was kind of the genesis of that. The impetus there was I wanted to go off and be an astronaut and be a pilot. And
that was so cool.
And I found a whole different career that was, I think, just as rewarding and just as fulfilling.
Which was?
The going in, doing the engineering and the flight testing, and now
awesome.
I take the leadership lessons that I learned, which you mentioned the secrets. To me, they're not really secrets. They're tried and true leadership methods that we've been using in the military for decades, and I just want to bring that out to the civilian and the corporate world because I feel like there's some things that could really help there.
Absolutely. I mean, you were in the Air Force for 20 years as an officer, and on one side you saw all of the high-tech technology and how things are run when it comes to flying and just doing absurd things that are crazy cool. But on the other side, you probably saw everyday ordinary people who were kind of struggling with their life or in business or whatever, and you kind of thought to yourself, I think I could help them just because of the fact that you know these leadership skills that were trained to you prior in the Air Force, that you were kind of wanting to help people, and that's how you started your business.
Absolutely. And leadership at the end of the day is a people business. It's not about things, it's not about resources, it's not about how much money you have or where you're going to put people or what job they're going to do. It's about people and what motivates people and what motivates you. And when I work with my clients, whether it's in a workshop or in one-on-one coaching, one of the first questions that I ask them, the first two questions that I ask them and that I ask them to continue to ask themselves throughout our time working together and their time as leaders is, who am I and what kind of leader do I want to be? And those are the questions that I ask myself on a day-to-day basis, and I ask everyone that I'm working with and encourage everyone who wants to be a great leader to go off and ask yourself those questions. Who am I and what kind of leader do I want to be?
Evil Genius Leadership Consultants. Where did you get the name Evil Genius?
I actually got that name from a friend of mine when I was living in Alabama and I was thinking about starting the company. I hadn't settled on a name, and if you've ever tried to start a company, you have to go look for a name that's unique, that's not going to get lost in the shuffle of all the other companies' names, and you don't want it to be too much like any other company name out there that does what you do. And there's a lot of really big leadership consulting firms in the United States, and a lot of smaller ones too, and a lot of the words about inspiring and generational and transformational and all those kinds of things that kind of already been taken by people.
Oohs and ahs, and you're kind of like, mwahaha.
Yeah, and
kind
those
of sticks out a little bit.
Yeah, and those words had kind of all been taken by other companies, but I did want something. I wanted something that stuck out a little bit, and I wanted it to be something that reflected that everybody has an inner ambition, something that they want to bring into the world, some kind
what they value.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yes.
some kind of master plan they want to achieve. But I also wanted people to understand that this isn't about taking yourself too seriously. If you take yourself too seriously, you're going to have a really hard time connecting with the people you're trying to lead.
That's why he's wearing lime green glasses.
That's right.
And they're so cool. So also, I want to tell you guys that if you go to evilgeniusleadership.com and you sign up for his newsletter, you get a free bonus gift. Tell him what that gift is.
So if you go to evilgeniusleadership.com, click on the box on the side, put your email address in, and we will email you our free leadership development plan workbook. And what that workbook is, it's about a 6-page workbook, and it steps you through a process that I didn't create myself, but have kind of refined and developed over the years that other mentors helped me with, to determine what your goals are for the next 2, 5, and 10 years, and what skills and traits you'll need to achieve those goals, and then build a plan to take action steps to achieve those goals. So if you're interested in that, go download that, go click on that link, and we'll email you that workbook, and you can just sit there, and the workbook, the electronic version of the workbook, has links to all the videos on our YouTube channel that go along with each little module of the workbook. So you can get almost one-on-one coaching from me as I walk you through doing each section of the workbook.
Isn't that cool, guys? Free gift, no brainer. evilgeniusleadership.com. And tell them about your oh so cool YouTube channel, Evil Genius Leadership.
Yeah, YouTube channel is something I'm really proud of. I started it about 2 years ago, a little longer. There's a couple videos. There's a couple really old ones on there. So if you go watch that YouTube channel and you watch some of the older videos, be a little kind, because I didn't really know what I was doing yet.
You needed to practice at first.
And being on camera is a little bit of a skill, and I'm even a little nervous doing this right now.
Well, he's going to be on every month on Geeks Are Sexy to give more business tips. We're going to play a video on how to have an effective business meeting. Give a little details before we play this video, what it's about.
Yeah, the video talks about some of the 4 or 5 tips I've got on how to have an effective business meeting. And I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but the first tip is really have a plan going in. That's the most important thing when you have a meeting, is to have a plan going in and stick to that plan as best you can. You've also got to be a little bit flexible to take into account new information and different opinions and perspectives. I don't want to take away too much from the video because I want you to watch it. But
so we're going to play the video right now. I'm just kidding. We're going to play the video right now. He's going to be on next month. Jason, thank you so much for stopping by Geeks Are Sexy. And don't forget evilgeniusleadership.com. Check it out and get their free gift. All right, guys, stay tuned. You're watching Geeks Are Sexy.
Do you hate going to meetings? I think pretty much we all do. But I've got a few tips today to help you make your meetings go better. Welcome back, and congratulations on taking one more step towards becoming one of the great leaders of tomorrow. Let's be honest, most of us dread going to meetings because we feel like they're going to be a waste of our time. Today I've got 4 tips for you that'll make your meetings stand out above everyone else's, and stay tuned to the end because I'm going to give you a link to download our workbook to develop your own personal leadership development plan. So when I was a young lieutenant in the Air Force, about a year into my career, I was talking to one of the other young lieutenants where I was working, and he said, all my meetings I keep to an hour or less because I feel like meetings become unproductive after about an hour. And I had to agree with him, and that's kind of a guideline I've used throughout my career. Now, it's not always possible to keep a meeting to under an hour. Sometimes there's just too much you've got to get done. But here are 4 tips, no matter how long your meeting's going to be, that you can have a successful meeting that people won't feel like you're wasting their time. Tip number 1 for effective meetings, have a clear purpose and make sure everyone coming to the meeting knows that purpose. A lot of times meetings drag on because people will bring up things that aren't related to the purpose of the meeting, but because they've got all the right people in the same room. As the meeting organizer, it's your job to make sure that you stick to purpose. Also, when you're creating your purpose for the meeting, think about what you're really doing here. Meetings really should be for making decisions or bringing work product together that people can't do on their own. Too many times we bring together a meeting and we're trying to do the work at the meeting. And there are times when you need to do that, and that's okay, but make sure that that's the purpose of your meeting and that it's more of a working group kind of scenario and everyone understands it's not a decision meeting. Tip number 2 is to have an agenda for your meeting. And this is a little bit more work up front for you as the meeting organizer, but it really pays off in the end. Every decision you're going to make should be on that agenda. Every item you need to cover, whether that's information or a presentation that needs to be part of that decision-making process, needs to be on that agenda. And just like setting a time limit for the overall meeting we talked about earlier, make sure you set a time limit for each item on the agenda. Now, there are times that the decision is going to be critical and you need to go over that time limit, but as the meeting organizer, it's our job to make sure we keep everything on time and moving so we can get people out and on to their next thing. Tip number 3 is to manage the guest list to your meeting. And you mainly want to do this because you want to get the right people in the room who are going to help you make the decisions that you need to make. So whether that's someone who has a presentation to make, information to share, or someone who has a stake in the decision that's going to be made, it's going to impact them in some way, you want to get all those people in the room to hear their positions, get the information, and all make the decision together. Just as important, and maybe even more so, is to keep the wrong people out of the room. And this happens in big organizations. People hear a meeting's going on, they show up, they're interested in what's going on, but they might not really have a stake in the decision or be up to speed enough on the issue to really contribute. But sometimes that does take time, getting that up to speed and hearing their thoughts on the issue. So remember, as a meeting organizer, it's our job, get everyone in the room who's going to be impacted by the decision, get all the stakeholders in the room, get the right people in, but make sure we keep the wrong people out. Tip number 4 for effective meetings, and I cannot emphasize this one enough because it happens all the time. Do not engage in speculation or encourage speculation of facts and information that you need to make your decision. If you really need a piece of information to go forward making the decision as the group, go get it, whether it's in real time or it makes sense to adjourn the meeting and assign someone to go get the right information and bring it back to the group at a later date to make the decision. Speculation just sends things in circles and people trying to prove each other wrong. Don't engage in speculation. Get the facts and information you need to make your decision, put it in front of the group, make the decision together. So these 4 tips have been kind of geared towards if you're the meeting organizer. And a lot of times meetings are frustrating because we are not the meeting organizer. We don't have control of what's going on. Bonus tip for you today. If you're not the meeting organizer and you see things going off the rails, try to help the meeting organizer apply some of these tips. If you found this helpful, please share it with a friend or coworker. Follow us on social media, and we would love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our website, evilgeniusleadership.com. Click on that link below in the comments. That'll let you download our free Leadership Development Plan workbook, and that'll help you set your goals and make a plan to achieve them over the next 2, 5, and 10 years. Thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it. And remember, the future is out there. Lead the way.